All right, oh my administrator, but we were sitting here trying to get things together tonight. Anyway, but yeah. All right, let's give it up for Mama Fleabug. She's in the house, our administrator. All right, here we are again on Wednesday night. Look like I'm solo dolo once more and again. But you know what? This is what I do. So you know what that means. Everybody that's on here tonight, you are going to be my co-host tonight. So I'm going to put a link up. And if you got something to say or got something to get off your chest, well, guess what? That's exactly what we're going to do. Let's start putting these comments. Oh, before we start putting the comments up, you know I got to get into this. I got to give thanks to everybody that's a part of this channel. Man, let me say this before I even give thanks, man. I am so grateful, very, very grateful. Let me turn this down a little bit. Grateful that you guys have subscribed and followed this channel up to this point. Even though it's the end of the season and it's been a fun ride. Didn't end like we wanted to end. Ended a lot sooner than we expected. But I want to say thank you to everybody, man, that's just been a part of this channel, the Cowboy Huddle, the huddle where we come together and we talk about our Cowboys. And we got a lot to talk about, so let's give it up. And then there was one, and it's all good. So let me get started with this. I got to give a big shout out and thank you to all those that basically have helped this channel. So big thank you to the Cowboys on Deck, Cowboy Fan 365, We Them Boys, 520 Boys, Queen of Honored by Cowboys Fan Club Mexico, Cowboys Fan Zone 24/7 Guadalajara, Hard Hitters Lifestyle, One Star One Family, Can Fan, and all those that support the Cowboy Huddle. I just want to say thank you, and we got a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about today. And let's see what the comments we got. Let's see. Pull up the comments. Let's see what we got, administrator. Okay, chilling with country. I don't know what that is, 5 squares, but yeah, appreciate you chilling with country in the house. Feel the steel. Feel the steel. Oh, Lord have mercy. You know what, Feel the steel? I know that you are a Steeler fan, but I appreciate you, brother, because you are faithful. You come through, and you always got to put that Miracle Whip. And I'm one of those. I'm a Miracle Whip guy. So that's and that goes back from us doing verses, a Miracle Whip versus mayonnaise. And I'm Miracle Whip. Sorry. Pete. I know, brother. I know. That what I'm seeing right there for you, Pete, is saying that there are mixed emotions. Give it up for Pete. Listen, all right, Buzz. Listen, as y'all see, I'm solo dolo tonight. I guess everybody's busy again, which is cool. But you guys are going to be my co-host tonight. So if you want to chime in, make sure you chime in. We got a lot to talk about. Cowboy Babes in the house. He said, hello, Cowboy family. Still heartbroken, but I'll be okay. Cowboys for life. So I guess your mom is gloating right now, Cowboys babe. She's gloating because she's a Green Bay fan. Listen, we got to do something about that, Cowboy babes. You got 49er fans, you got Green Bay fans. We got to do something about that. But let's give it up. Let's give it up for Cowboy Babe. And here he is, all the way from across town. It's our guy, WWE. Ivan Sosa's in the house. All right, Chip, what's up, man? If you want to, man, I'm by myself tonight, man. If you want to catch in, I'm going to put this link in here, Chip. You know you're more than welcome. Come on, because I'm solo dolo tonight. We got a lot to talk about, and I know I didn't get a chance to get to you last time, so I'm going to put this link in the comments, man. If you want to come on in. Come on in. And again, like I say, it's going to take the audience to participation tonight, because I don't want to do all this by myself. So Buzz, if you want to come in, yeah, Pete, you want to come in, grab that link, man. Come on in, let's talk about it. Because what it do? Eric is in the house. What it do? What's up? E in the house. That's Easy E. 714 is in the house. All right, that's what's up. All right, so listen, guys. Before we get into the thick of things, I'm gonna get to this first topic. And let's talk about Dan Quinn. And I know we all have mixed emotion about Dan Quinn and what's going on with Dan Quinn, but it's been reported that Dan Quinn is interviewing for the Seattle Seahawks head coaching position. Now, according to Albert Breer, who is an NFL reporter for multiple platforms, Quinn is interviewing for the Seattle Seahawks head coach position on Thursday. Now, this is the fifth scheduled interview this week for a head coach position. The other four are the Washington Commanders, Carolina Panthers, Tennessee Titans, and the Los Angeles Chargers. Yeah, that's where we are. So how do we feel? I'm not going to talk on this, but I want to hear from you guys. How do you feel about Dan Quinn? Should we keep Dan, even though the way this defense looked on Sunday, or should we move on from Dan Quinn? It's just a question. I don't kill the messenger. I'm just wondering, what do we do? And just, man, I went back and I looked at the film, and I'm gonna put that in the comments. You guys need to go check out Chase Daniels. He has a film breakdown of our defense against the Green Bay offense, and it's so embarrassing, y'all. Oh my gosh. But let's talk about Dan Quinn. So Dan Quinn has this opportunity to interview for the Seattle Seahawks game on Thursday. Who is this? Somebody got here. So, okay, we got somebody from Cowboy Huddles. Bring that up. What is this Cowboy Huddles have to say? I don't think it's up to us. I feel Dan Quinn will be making that decision for us. That's a good one. Now this is the and it's possible. It's possible. But I guess the question is, do we want to keep Dan? That's the question. So here's my issue is with Dan is the lack of preparation. The lack of preparation with Dan, it just is, that has probably got my biggest concern in what we saw on Sunday. Oh my gosh. It was more like we just did walkthroughs, and that's my granddaughter. I don't know if y'all hear her or not, but she done got in trouble evidently. It's always when I go on, that's when she makes the loudest noise. Anyway. But yeah, so it's more like Dan Quinn, oh my gosh, it's just one of those deals that Dan Quinn faced another offense that was problematic to him. Was it really lack of preparation, or was it lack of execution? No, both. We can say both. Can we say both? Give it up. It was both. Now I'm gonna say it like this: both. With two L's. It was both. I mean, and I think Dan prepared to the best of his ability, but when you look at this breakdown of Chase Daniel and Green Bay's offense versus Dan Quinn's defense, Dan was playing checkers and Matt LaFleur was playing chess. That's all I can say. Everyone wants to blame the coaches, but I truly feel it was more the players. It was more the players. Well, yeah, the players do have to play the game. And we're going to get into that. But we're going to move on to the next topic. But we're going to go back. We're going to do a recap of the Packers game, because really I wasn't planning on being here today, guys. I wasn't planning on being here today. My plan was to be here to talk about this week's game. That was my plan. And we got somebody in the house. All right. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. You know what? Boy, I appreciate the Cowboy Huddle subscribers, because, man, I always got somebody coming through. So let me bring it in. Let me bring them in, because it's our guy that always comes through for me. It's our guy in the house. What's going
What up?
on, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm down, man. I'm down.
Hey, that makes two of us, brother. That makes two of us. That I mean, we're trying to figure this thing out, man. And I wasn't planning on coming on here to talk about what we do next. I was planning on coming on here tonight to talk about this week's game.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I have to. Yeah, I'm gonna hop on for a minute. I'm get on for a minute. I got the baby
Yeah, that's
asleep right
fine.
now, so I just want to jump on. And like I said, I've been asked questions. I've been texting with people all week, and everybody's asking me, and I still have no answers.
Okay, well, you on now, and we got people in the background in the audience want to hear your take, because that's what we're gonna do. This is a rant session. I might get out. I might leave the script, but while you on here, and I know you don't have much time, so let's hear it from you. And what are you thinking?
Man, like you said, like what do you do at this point? Do you run it back? You know, you run it back 1 year left on these guys' contract with Dak and McCarthy. Do you give them another year? Do you move on? Well, we don't know the unknown. It's the unknown. What do you know? Do we move on from all this, and do we take the chance of being 5-11 for the next 3 years while we wait
Woo!
for that quarterback? Like, what do you do? You know, we had three straight 12-win seasons. Of
Yeah,
course, as Cowboys fans, we want championships, right? We want results.
yeah.
So what do we do? Do you go take a chance on the unknown? And you remember those seasons when you're looking
Oh
for a
yeah.
quarterback, and we don't know what Trey Lance could be. You can take a chance. At this point, like I said, man, I don't know what will work. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't.
Well, Cowboy, let me say this. I had to give it 48 hours. I was foaming. I was livid. I wanted to choke somebody. I wanted to kick somebody. I wanted to do some bad things to some folks because of what took place. Now that 48 hours and a little bit more hours have passed, I have to come down a little bit and kind of think about this, and let's look at where we are with the situation at hand. I mean, we got Mike McCarthy. We know Mike McCarthy did not prepare well, and for a head coach to go into the press conference and say that we wasn't prepared, he should have just kept on walking out straight out to Cowboys Way somewhere or I-30. You don't come on and say that your team wasn't prepared. You know,
Yeah,
so now here we are. To be realistic about this, I really do. I want to see a change, but where is
yeah.
that change going to come from? Is that change going to come from coaching staff, quarterback, and that's basically two. So, what would you do at this point?
and,
Oh, I put you
and
out
like
there, bro.
we had this. Like I said, I had guys texting me right after the game. Hey, Dak got to go. McCarthy has to go. I was getting this all right away. And my answer, I was so heated. I was like, my answer is, well, Parsons needs to go and Lamb needs to go because none of our stars showed up. If you want to look
Sheesh.
at it that way, you have all there. We had three of our biggest stars, and not one showed up. Not one.
So, how much do we put that on coaching? Because I'm
I
telling you, I
mean,
mean, it's just like I'm gonna put the link in the comments after this show, man. But I want you to go back and watch Chase Daniels, watch his video, his breakdown of our defense. Man, we looked
yeah.
horrible.
But
And
we seen it throughout. We saw it against Buffalo, right? We
yeah,
we
we saw
we
it against
we
the 49ers.
we seen, and this is the other thing where we go with is like when is our well, how much of it is our front office of not making those moves we needed in the middle of the season? We knew we needed a linebacker to help
Yeah,
in the run game, right? Nothing was made. We go to the thrift store and we get these guys off the street to fill those gaps. Our running game was never there all year. Derrick Henry was there for sitting for the taking. I think we could have made a call. They could have did something and brought him in to pair him up with Tony Pollard. And
yeah.
nothing. You see everybody else trying to make a move before the trade deadline to get better to make that run, except us.
So and that was the question, man. I mean, Derrick Henry, why didn't we not go and try to get? I mean, this is the thing, man. Free agency, it just seems like there was times back in the 90s we used to buy our Super Bowl. We went and got Deion
Yeah,
Sanders. We went out there and we got Charles Haley. We got Ken
yeah,
Norton. So why didn't we make that move this year? And
yeah.
I just don't get it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not giving these guys a pass for some of the coaches, the guys on this roster for what we had, because you still shown throughout the year to be able to get the things done and be able to showcase what we can do with the team we
Hmm.
had. But like you said, you see the 49ers, their defensive line is strong already, and what do? They go add to their strength and go get a Chase Young.
Yes.
You know, they
Yes.
didn't need it, but they added, right? So, and
Right.
we don't do that. And that's why this, the last two seasons after our playoff losses, we're like, man, we played a good 49ers team, right? And we're just like, hey, what do we need to add to beat them? That's what we thought about, right? The
Yeah.
last two
Right.
after this one, like I said, I'm just going into free agency and draft not knowing. I don't know. For the first time in the last few years, I do not know. I I don't have an opinion on what we should do, because it's probably going to be the same thing. We're going to wait for those third tier, fourth tier free agents to be available, get some kind of good deal on it, and it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah. Andreas said he made a great point. Coaches got to go. Dak tied. Yeah, Dak is tied to us. Dak is tied to
Yeah,
us. 60 million. It's just going to be hard to move Dak.
I
And I would not be surprised that we start. I really don't want to go back into this next season with the same look, but it's possible that you might, guys. Don't be surprised if you still see McCarthy. Now, Dan Quinn might not be there, but
yeah,
you might see. I see you, Chip. Hold tight, Chip. You might see McCarthy and Dak still together. I mean, because we still have 1 year with Dak. And
and yeah,
that's a big cap hit if we were to, you know, just let Dak walk.
yeah, and like I was saying, I'm not giving these guys a pass, but there's also the draft class from last year. There is not a contributor in this draft class that
So
helped for
Ozzie
nothing.
Smith, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed in mine.
And, and we've had that in years past where we've had somebody that's contributed, and this
Yeah,
year that just wasn't the case. Um, and like you said, but even at that, like you said, it was set up for us, 2 seed. Now we got to sit here and watch Baker Mayfield go against
yeah.
Jared Goff in the second. Like that just makes it even more. Like you're just like, man, like it was just so set up for you, and you couldn't. You could, and something about this type of offense, LaFleur,
Yeah.
Shanahan, Quinn just has trouble. He just has
Well,
trouble against these offenses.
here's the deal. I'm finna share this with you. I'm finna share this with you, Pete. What do Matt LaFleur, Kyle Shanahan, and Sean McVay have in common? They all come from the same offensive
Same,
tree. And
same
Dan
offense, yeah.
Quinn cannot stop it. Dan Quinn cannot
Can't.
stop it. So it's a problem for Dan Quinn. So the
Yeah, it
question
has been
is,
a problem.
it is. It has been a problem, and it showed. It showed. So I don't know, man. I mean, this is something that we have to sit back and watch and see what happens. But I'm really concerned the way Mike McCarthy came to the press conference and actually admitted that we was not prepared to play. You that's the
I
last thing you say.
Yeah, and I read an article before coming on here. I think it was on Yahoo that it is looks like he will return for his final year.
Ye-
Um, that seems to be the feeling, and I don't have a problem either way. I'm not on this rampage where he needs to go or he needs to stay kind of deal. I don't have a problem either way if he goes or he stays,
Yeah.
because just because we gave Jason Garrett 9, 10 years of 8-8 seasons,
Ooh,
and
my gosh.
and this guy's
Don't
going
say that
into
too
his what?
loud. You might hurt some feelings.
This guy's what, going into his 5th year. Hey, the thing is, don't give him, if you keep him, don't give him a contract extension, right? You let him coach under the pressure of having the 1 year left on his contract, and he has to perform, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the flip side on it. You, and like you said, I guess you just add some more pieces to try to help it even more. I at this point, I don't know what you do. I mean, you have the option of blowing it all up, but like I said, there's the Bears sitting again with the #1 pick. Are they sure they don't want Justin Fields as their quarterback? Or are they not sure? That's the risk you take of going back to. Like I said, it doesn't matter because we end up in the same boat without rings regardless. You either blow it up and you have losing records and you're trying to hit on a quarterback, or you go with the guy you got that's won games in the regular season but just can't get it in the postseason.
Can't get to do postseason.
It's what do you do?
Well, you know what? With that being said, I got another guy that's going to come on and we're going to ask him the same question. And it's our guy all the way from the East Coast. It's our guy, Chip Game Sports TV. Give it up. What's up, baby?
Salute. You're rocking with the best Chip Game Sports TV right here with my man G and the Cowboys Huddle. Good evening, my friend. How you doing?
Well, that's what me and PR Cowboys talking about. We're struggling right now, man, and we're all trying to figure out where do we go from here. And we already know the situation at hand. We lost, and we wasn't planning on sitting here right now talking about the end of the season. So with that being said, we're a little bit off script. But before we get started, do me a favor, administrator, bring up some of these comments. I want some of these guys to answer some of these comments. So bring up some of these comments and let's let the guys that's on the panel. Okay, so Robert said Jerry needs to make drastic changes in his coaching staff. Chip, do you agree with this?
Robert, you hit the nail on the head. You put it right in the pocket, and what you were saying is absolutely true. You need to mess around, and I'm sorry, because I've been, since a little boy, following this team. Gee, you might see me get out of character, but I'm going to respect the atmosphere.
It's barbershop talk, brother.
I am about as hot as fish grease on a 4th of July. When you roll something out
that's
here
hot, brother,
like you did on Sunday. It doesn't make sense. We got players, we got more Pro Bowlers and all pro people on the squad than exists anywhere else in the NFL. And yet you couldn't win it. Coaching this, coaches don't play.
No.
You scheme the stuff up.
Yeah.
And you schemed up some stuff that looked real whacked out there, Dan Quinn. So I hope he be the first one to get up out of here. Yeah. Get them going. They put up 40 burgers every now and then. Every time I turn around, a new 40 burger get put on us with Dan Quinn. Yeah. So I'm over it. Mike McCarthy, I'm just over it, G. And Robert, we need to move on real quick, real fast. And here's what I'm upset about. Here we are on Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
All indications that we keep in Mike. Quinn going on somewhere else. I hope he takes some other coaches. The only coach I really want to see here is Al Harris, or the special teams coach.
Yeah.
And get Sam
Al
Williams
Harris.
out
I
of
can
here.
say that. So I want to ask PR Cowboy that same question. Can you bring that back up, administrator? One more time, moderator. Can you bring that same comment up from Robert? Let's see. Here it is right here. So, all right, Jerry needs to make drastic changes in his coaching staff. PR Cowboy, what are you thinking? Are you think the same thing, or do we stick with what we have?
I mean, this is what we did 5 years ago, right? We made drastic changes. We changed the whole coaching staff, and we're getting the same results as it's always the first time against us. First time a 7 seed has beaten a 2 seed. It's our first time. We're always the first against somebody to be something done to us, and this hasn't changed. This goes back to Garrett before Garrett.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, yes, this makes no sense. I'm not going to sit here, let's roll with these guys. Because I think at the end of the day, what's going to happen, like he said, all indications is McCarthy's going to stay. 1 year deal left. And what's going to happen is Jerry's going to put coaches in places when the coach should be doing that.
So
and Jerry's going to.
And that's so true. But so, I think let me say this here to both you guys. So we have a good team. And I understand that we're sitting here saying that basically, well, we might just need to keep Mike McCarthy and just roll what we got. And that's okay. Hold on, moderator. We're gonna get to. I want everybody here to chime in on each comment. But I want to say this here. So we're thinking that basically, if we get a new coach, oh my gosh, we got to start over. What did Gruden do when he took over Tampa Bay? What did Barry Switzer do when he came in? They actually took a good team and basically just rolled the team, and guess what they did? They won Super Bowl. So I don't think that we should be so worried about if a new coach come in, we're going to start them. I really don't think so, because we have a decent team. I think we have a decent team.
Like I said, G, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about a new coach coming in and having to put new personnel or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying, like I said, it's a few days since Sunday, and I'm just at the point where, is a new coach going to help? I'm just at that point where is a new coach going to help? Like, and I go ahead.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, man, but here's how I feel about it. You need to do something with the culture, and you need to do it quick.
Give it up.
Jerry told us. What did Jerry say? Jerry said, I don't have time for a bad time. Okay, so if you don't have enough time for a bad time, more days behind you than it is ahead of you, we need to strike while the iron is hot.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I can smell the brimstone. It's hot as hockey sticks. You know what it is.
Yeah. And here's my thing of that is Jerry created this culture, and it's been this, like I said, and I hope I'm with you guys. Like I said, if we made a coach change, I'm all for it. I'm not saying I'm against that or not. If we're with McCarthy, it is what it is, right? We're gonna have to roll with it. 3 straight 12-win seasons, but the postseason is what we want. And
the postseason, got him.
And that's what I said. I'm just going into this season, whoever the coach may be, whoever it is I'm not even looking at regular season games. I'm not getting hyped on them. I'm not, I want to see postseason success right away, and whoever it may be. Like Chip said, all indications is going to be McCarthy. So we'll see what other changes they make, which will probably be the defensive coordinator, because I believe Dan Quinn will take one of these jobs.
Yeah, Mikey, I see you down there, brother. I sent you the link, brother. Hey, I'm waiting on you, brother. Where you at? Come on in, man. We sit here waiting on that. We got our subscribers and everybody kicking in on it, so we talking about it, man. Catch that link. Come on in. And it's so true, and I agree with you, man. But we have to figure out where we go from here. Moderator, bring up another comment. Let's see because everybody got something to say. So bring up another one. I want these guys to get it. Andrea said McCarthy better go like a going out of business sales. 3-12-5 season for what? To still be home in February? Too much missing to not get a talented team over the hump. Chip, you hear that? Did you hear what I just said? What do you think about what Andrew just said?
You absolutely got too much team to not get over the hump. There's no excuse for it right here. That's why Michael Irvin is upset as he is. That's why Emmett is upset as he is. That's why Jerry looked like he was going to break down and have a fit. Everybody's upset. Here we are. We're upset too. You got to stranglehold this situation right now. Because it's like this. When somebody tries to break in your house, you don't just pat them on the back and say, it's okay. No, you try to Get them out of there, subdue them, and let them know this is my house. Then you secure the house so that nobody else can steal anything from you. It's like we let folks run into AT&T, drive into AT&T, however they fly through. I heard Aaron Jones, he told one of his guys, yeah, this is my house. This is my house. We're going to punch these front runners in the mouth. Then basically, we're going to get them out of there. And they proceeded to do this that. If I'm the coach, I'm playing that all season long. This is what they did to you. Came to your house and took what's yours. Because this year, that championship was laid out on red carpet, golden plates, silver spoon. You had it. But you let them off the hook, just like Denny Green said. Let people just come in your house and take your stuff.
Chip, and you're so right, Chip, because I'm gonna tell you something, brother, and PR Cowboy Pete, I was not even worried about Green. I really was not worried about Green Bay because I thought the stage was gonna be too big for them. I thought for a fact that because we were an experienced team, we had all this talent that, and if you go back and look at the pregame, those guys would look like they were shaking in their boots. But the difference was this coach from Matt LaFleur said, these are my babies. I got to protect them. So I'm going to put them in good situations by running a snub formation. I'm going to run with 7. I'm going with max protection so they do not get to my quarterback. And they're not going to know if it's a run or if it's a play action. But guess what? We're going to protect my quarterback. And that's exactly what everything was tight. And if he saw that he went straight max protection, and then he just flipped the script once the ball was snapped. We saw that, and we just got out coached. So again, I have to give my hats off to Matt LaFleur because he had a game plan in which shouldn't have taken place at the AT&T Stadium. P, what you think, brother?
Yeah, you're exactly right. I can tell you right now that first drive, it didn't take me the first quarter to see it, second quarter. It was that first drive, they went down and scored. I was like, this is not going to be what I thought it was, because you saw, they were saying all along, Quinn was zone coverage. I said, why is he changing stuff up now? Then our first drive on offense, we're seeing 5 defensive linemen, and we're running right into it. We haven't been a good running team all year long, and on first and second down, we're just running right into it instead of trying to take advantage. And like I said, give credit to those guys. They're taking away they're taking away the Dak's first and second reads. They were, there was, like I said before, our starters did not show up and their starters did. That's just plain and simple. Our starters, Parsons, Lamb, I'm not letting nobody get a pass out of anybody in this game. All our starters did not show up for this game.
I'm going to put the link in the comments because I want you guys to see this. But again, Matt LaFleur said, I'm protecting my quarterback. Mm-hmm. I'm going max protection, and you're not gonna know if we're running the ball or if we're throwing the ball. And that was this. We got out schemed. So Chip, and I'm sure you saw that. But what was going on with Mike McCarthy? I mean, again, we saw that they was taking away our first read, second reads. Why did we not make adjustments? And what happened at that point to where we just fell into this trap?
I think Mike got real uncomfortable, uneasy, and nervous when CeeDee Lamb
don't say that. We don't have room to be being nervous and scared. This is not the time to be nervous and scared when you're playing at home in your own backyard. Stop. Is that what you're saying? He got scared?
I think somehow some emotional attribute attached itself to the man. Nervous, afraid, scared, shook, something got a hold of him, and it was like as if this defense, right? This team that just came through, the Green Bay Packers, was like the boogeyman, and they came and they wanted the house that Jerry Jones built. That's a fact. He made no adjustments. When you get hot, as you getting hot too late. Michael Gallup was the only person on offense that balled out the whole game long. Everybody else was absent and average at best.
Fielder still said the Packers took starters out in the fourth quarter, could have put up 70 in Jerry's world.
That's a fact. That's
What?
a fact. I think very easily they could have put up a 50 burger, 60 burger, 70 burger. They had their way with us. It was like, you know, I saw going to boxing. I saw Terrence Crawford, you know, post, you know, this is just like the Earl fight. Yeah, it was just like the Earl fight. Yeah. As much as I wanted Earl Spence to win, Earl Spence couldn't get nothing off.
Oh,
he had no defense.
That's so true.
He couldn't get no offense. And there were the Cowboys. They got no offense left. They got no defense. You throwing the ball. I heard somebody say one catch from a wide receiver on Green Bay looked like it was a punt. The guy had to sit there and wait for it.
Oh my gosh, bro.
You're wide open. There's people 25 yards away from us. It shouldn't be.
Well, and you know what? And I looked at that, man, and you know what that was? Basically, this kid, Jordan Love, and I said this about the Green Bay Packers because I've been watching Jordan Love since he was in college. The kid he's a football player. He is a quarterback. He's a first-round draft pick for a reason. He's a first-round draft pick for a reason. And I keep saying that to people. You know, we continue to say, oh, well, we can. What have we been doing since 1989? That was the last time we had a first-round draft pick. And people finna get pissed off about it. We're finna talk about this Dak situation. But that was the last time we had a first-round draft pick. And from here up until now, we've been getting throwbacks, fifth rounds, free agent quarterbacks.
Undrafted.
So when is it going to come to time where they're going to go back to 93, 92 and say, hey, you know what? And I'm not taking anything from Dak. Dak is a good player. But Dak, we need you in the postseason. How do we fix this situation with Dak, Chip?
You know, it's amazing because I thought that they were fixing it. It looked like after the 49er game, it really looks like him and Mike McCarthy, they got some good camaraderie going. They got a good understanding about what they wanted. Dak has the mind for it, right?
Yeah.
But does he have the mind for it?
Yeah.
He have the mind to put forth the X's and the O's. He has the brilliance to read a defense. He didn't that game. Why? Because he didn't have the mental fortitude, the tough mind that day. Dak has dog in him, but that dog has to be on at all times, like primetime Deion Sanders, like Nate Newton,
right?
Like Charles Hurley, like Troy Aikman,
right?
Like Jason Witten, right. Like Dez Bryant. You need the dog got to total always be running. We can't tie him up, Dak. Dak, he has great potential, but I don't know where's that. How far does that potential take you? Because it can't take us over the hump in the playoffs over the last few years here. 8 years, it's been a long time, bro. I'm not willing another 8 years. I mean, because the life of quarterbacks these days, they could play that almost 40 years old in this league.
So here's the 30. Yeah, here's the question: are you going to extend that for the next 5 years?
That's some heavy duty stuff, G.
We have to make up. We got to know something by June 1st. We got to make up our mind. What are we going to do with Dak by June 1st? And that's a heavy question.
Well, they need to know this week. Whatever you're going to do, you need to know this week. You need to know before the weekend, before the playoffs is up, before this next round happens. If it was me, we should be saying, this is our team. These are the decisions we made. We feel good about this. or we don't feel good about this, and we're moving in this direction. Coach, if it's McCarthy, listen, let's meet. This is what I want to happen, because come March, I want these preseason programs running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if they're going to keep McCarthy, you need to bring on an advisor. You need to bring somebody else that sees outside of what he's
doing.
You
had Brian Schottenheimer. You had 2 coaches in one. Bring that back up for me, moderator. Bring that comment back up. Yeah, you had Brian Schott. Somebody have to see. But here's the problem. Let me read this real. One somebody from Cowboy Huddle said Dak is not consistent, and he loses his composure when it comes to the postseason. He plays scared. Man, and I looked at Dak, and I think that was the reason that CD and Dak had this kind of situation. I think CD was like, dude, come on, calm down, bro. Just come on, let's do what we've been doing. That's where it seemed to me. And it just seems like he saw that, okay, Dak, you rushing your just chill. But I don't know. Did you see that, or what did you see between?
I saw it. He looked at him like, bro, what are you doing? Yo, I'm trying to put some highlights up here. The ball was selling away from Dak. Dak has shown that he could be accurate, but this game it wasn't there. And whenever it was there with my man Gallup and a little bit to 87.
Yeah, Ferguson.
My man Ferguson.
So
I got his autograph down there in Oxnard this summer. Great.
Yeah.
Guy. But it's a shame. It's a shame, G. We shouldn't be here. We should be here laughing and joking.
Oh shoot. What just happened? Come on back, Chip. I don't know what happened. Come on back. I don't know.
I'm live and direct. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I don't know what's up. This happened.
But
listen, so this is let me say this. Who was responsible for getting rid of Zeke and not bringing another running back in?
Ooh, the most terrible decision we probably ever could have seen. Because just last week, I saw highlights of Zeke hurdling somebody in a Patriot uniform.
Yeah.
And the commentator said, it's a shame Cowboys let him go. He's showing you right there that he still has it. So we would have went further.
Yeah, we needed a cowbell. We needed a cowbell. Someone that's going. So this is one thing. One thing I learned, Chip, is 2 positions you cannot rotate in and out. You cannot rotate your quarterback out, and you can't rotate your first round draft pick running back out. Let me ask you this: what was the percentage of Emmitt Smith splitting time with a running back? I'll wait.
Emmitt ain't off the rip. I'm off the head. Emmitt ain't getting out the game if he ain't got to. What, I'm hurt or something? What do you mean? Splitting reps? No, sir.
And we sit here and say that Zeke was washed up, and I'm gonna read that whole comment right. But we kept saying that Zeke was washed up. But one thing about a running back, when you put him in the game, just like my cousin had mentioned, he said he was a running back. You cannot put a running back in and he gets his momentum and adrenaline going, and he wants that next carry, and you say, hey, Chip, come out the game. Let's put G in the game. And now you sitting over there for 5 plays. You just killed his momentum. You just killed his adrenaline. And now you said, okay, Chip, get back in. You can't do that to a quarterback nor a running back.
That's a fact.
Okay, so Stop 6 says you can't go into the postseason playing regular season football. They were outclassed, outcoached, and not prepared. We've done that the last 4 seasons. Stop 6-1, you are so right, bro. Let me give it up for Stop 6. And this is the question, Stop 6-1. Where do we go? Do we bring in a new coaching staff? Do we bring in a new quarterback? Only thing I can say, let me say this here, because Dak said this, and I'm like, I couldn't believe he said this. He said, if you guys are considering Mike McCarthy, you might as well consider me too. If you don't shut your mouth, shut up. But okay, if you're gonna say that, well, I'm gonna come to you first as Jerry Jones and say, hey Dak, will you waive your no trade clause? Because that's the only way we can get rid of you. But for you to say something like that, dude, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
It's a fact. And if I'm Jerry Jones sitting at 81 years old, he probably would have pushed me to say, well, you know what? I'm going to take this $60 million cap hit this year. Get up out of there then. Because you get up out of there. Because you didn't get us up in there, pause. You didn't get us up in where we needed to go this year. So, yeah, you go. That's how you feel about it.
But now, I'm not letting them walk, Chip. I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to get on the horn and say, hey, Denver, listen, man, we wasn't able to, get Dak a Super Bowl. So, Kay, can you help us on this? At least I'm going to get something for Dak. But, it's a lot that goes in trying to move Dak. It'll be easy moving the coaches than it will be Dak. And I just feel that what's going to happen, we're going to probably find ourselves another year with Dak. We have to, it's going to be easier. But let me ask you this then. What do we do with Trey Lance?
You keep him. You sign him. You keep him. Because it's this one video sees everything. When Dak is speaking, and I'm looking at this rain come down, a nice animated video, and I'm looking at Trey Lance look dead in Dak's face. Man, he's listening to everything he's saying. So I know he's paying strict attention in that quarterback room. I know deep down in his heart, he's saying, you know what? Boy, give me the opportunity. And just like Dak did Romo, this could be me. I don't want to go. I wouldn't let Trey Lance go. I'll go ahead and sign him again.
No. Now, and who raised you just asked what quarterback you want. That's
a tricky situation.
That is tricky. I mean, again, I see ourselves keeping Dak because it's too much of a cap hit, man. It's just too much. But you keep, like you say, Trey Lance is in his 4th year. We only owe him $5 million. You let him sit, I guess, another year, I guess. But I would say, man, if we got a 2nd round pick, I'm picking another quarterback.
I'm going to get a quarterback. Absolutely.
It's time. I mean, I know we can't get a quarterback 1st round because we need an offensive tackle. We need an offensive tackle. But we have to get a quarterback because after next year, Dak will be a free agent, and now we can start making a competition with Trey Lance. And basically, really and truly, this season, you make Trey Lance your backup. Cooper Rush, we appreciate you, but we're going to let you go see if you can start somewhere else. Let's move Trey Lance up, and let's draft a quarterback. That's just my opinion.
That's a good move.
Yeah. Stop 61 says we need a running back. What do you think about that, Chip?
We absolutely need a running back because I definitely, when it comes to Pilot, I would not look at franchising them again, and I'm not giving them another quarterback unless it's super duper friendly for me. So Pilot, appreciate you. It's been sweet. I never bought your jersey in the first place, but we gotta go. We gotta go.
Oh wow!
And it was cool for us to see 42, but I don't know if he makes it. Dowdle, I think, is a free agent. I think. Yeah. So I'll go straight up. What running back can I get?
Well, let's get it.
You know what? We really gotta look at. We gotta look at. If we don't get nothing strong, you know what? Let's do what the Eagles has done. Let's do what the 49ers have done. Let's do what the Rams have done and trade for and get you the weapons that you need that'll be a veteran that could come in here. And that's probably where you can change the culture up in here because the Cowboys are too spoiled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they need to grow up. Shit, they need to grow up.
And we need some discipline in the house. Somebody gotta. There's no discipline there.
Well, here's the question. I'm glad you brought discipline up. Do you think Bill Belichick would be a good coach for the Cowboys?
He'll be a great coach, but we can't get Jerry out the way. You know, because if Bill Belichick come, Bill Belichick ain't going to Jerry and say, "Hey, yo, Jerry, you know, I'm thinking about making this move for this running back over here." Jerry gonna go say, "Hey, Jerry, I'm making this move at running back. This is the deal. This is what we lining up with this Sunday." And Jerry, you know, stop edging God out or not? Let's get rid of that ego.
And that's the thing with a lot of these coaches, I think, Chip, is far as dealing with Jerry. Jerry is in the way. But let me go over this real quick, man. We got some salary cap woes that's going on, man. And yeah, we got a situation. So basically, what it's looking like, they saying that Dallas could currently be projected at least $16 million over the cap. And both projections include a $7.3 million in dead money, mostly from releasing Zeke Elliott. Okay. Not only that, but now these figures don't begin to tell the whole story of where the Cowboys will actually wind up in terms of their cap figure. Whatever happens with Prescott, he is not going to count the $59.5 million in 2024. So it's saying that they will also have to find ways to bring down Zach Martin's $28.5 million hit, and probably reduce the $18 million and the $16 million hit for Lamb and Trayvon Diggs. Okay, so that's just started. Now, also Parson. It says Parson is likely to hold out if the team doesn't give him a healthy raise from the $5.4 million that he's due on the fourth year of his rookie contract. Bro, we got a lot of.
Can I interrupt you right there? I interrupt you right there? See,
go ahead.
This is the type of example that you got to make. And I love Parsons. But if it's me and I'm the coach, you have got to be like Jimmy Johnson was.
That's
you
right.
could be at practice today and gone tomorrow because he's going to make an example out of you. And much as I love Parsons, and yeah, you're a generational talent, we think, right? But just like Dak, you didn't show up because you only gave us 2 tackles the other day. 1 solo, 1 assisted. Nope, come on. You ain't bring nothing to the table. So you hold out on me, sit home, and you take a hit out of your pockets then this year. You're going to start getting fined for every game you sit home then. And then it'll have to get bad for me like it did when Emmett sat down for me to bring you back.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take that hit because I'm going to tell you, yo, bro, okay, sit down. Okay. You want to go? Go. And you might have to do one of them stars right here to say, you know what? We changing the culture because we getting tough around here. We going to dictate the pace.
Oh,
the management is going to dictate the pace.
Yeah.
No, we pay you, sir.
Yeah.
Catch the ball. Do what I brought you here to do. Otherwise, you out of here. I don't care what number. Stop putting numbers, names, faces, because the people that whooped us the other day, I only knew one of them, and that was Jones.
Well, we treat our players like celebrity, and they're not celebrities.
Get them up out of there.
See, here's the deal. Somebody need to tell Parson. Now, if you playing for me, get off that podcast.
Get up out of there.
You under contract. You can do that on all seasons. We got social, we got media that does that. But I need your attention on this field. All that on the podcast and do it. I want you off of that. But no one's on the team to tell him that.
And there need to be somebody, not only a coach, not only the management team, not only the PR team, but it need to be somebody that line up with you that's tough enough to say, yo, we need to get locked in. You know, because maybe the night before you was too involved with playing PlayStation or whatever it is you do on a podcast. Then when it's time for you to suit up, we don't know what you're doing.
You complaining.
You whining. You know what I mean? They drop you back and you look like you was lost when they put you in coverage. Come on. Yo, so you haven't shown me nothing for me to fight for you right now. No, we're not paying you this year. We're paying you next year.
Yeah, and that's so true. So, I mean, Parson, and you know, and if I'm going to be Parson, if I'm getting hell like he claims that he been, in which he has been getting hell, but I'm getting on my teammates. If I'm drawing double teams like that, I'm drawing double teams. And I expect somebody else to make the play.
You got 3 guys holding me at once. That's the up 2 of you people should be putting stupid, crazy pressure on somebody.
Yeah. Bring that stop 6 first. That first comment up real quick for me, moderator, please. Stop 6-1 said, my honest opinion, I think we have the talent, we have the personnel. We just fell short on preparation and scheme to get these players right position to win. We don't have time for that. Stop 6-1. I'm sorry. We do not have time to say that we didn't prepare well. That's what sends you home early. I don't care. You can do that in regular season, postseason. Dude, all this experience that we had versus these young little kids. And I'm going to tell you, boy, I'm going to tell you something. Them young kids put a whooping on us, bro.
They put a whooping on.
Oh, them boys, them little youngsters Jordan Lewis got left in the dirt so many times, I got Gilmore,
Gilmore.
My gosh. And it wasn't that it was blown. It wasn't, Chip, it wasn't blown plays. They got out schemed. This guy, Jordan Love, came from under center as if he was handing the ball off. He rolled out as if and see, let me say this. Our defense is so undisciplined. Wherever way the play is flowing, they run straight with the flow. And this guy did a fake handoff and a rollout, and that's why that guy got the balls wide open. He threw back across the field.
Right.
Because he drew the whole defense.
Everybody. And you know what? You said we talked about discipline, and soon wherever the ball go, we roll right to it. If you check out the 49ers,
right,
it's like poetry in motion.
Yes.
With their defense.
Yes.
Everybody's on their assignment. Everybody know who their guy is. Everybody is in sync. If you ship the play, they move over like it was a choreograph to a musical. They ready to roll. And that's what we was missing. Much as we applaud you know, my man Quinn.
Yeah.
You know, much as we applaud him, you know, it has to be a player that's on the field that says no. My guy is 21 or 22, whatever his number is, that's my guy. I'm locked in on my guy. This is my gap assignment. I'm locked in. We don't have that. And it got to be somebody coming over there, grabbing somebody by the face mask and hitting their helmet and say, get your head in the doggone game.
But here's the deal, though, Chip. Matt LaFleur don't have to do that. So, and this is the question, Chip. Has the game surpassed or bypassed Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy? Because what these guys were doing, the schemes that Green Bay, they were so smart. And guys, again, once this video is posted, go back to this video. I'm going to put the link in there so you can see how they broke down our defense. Oh my gosh. These guys, and here's the problem that I had. These guys would come with double tights and a snub formation. You know how many guys we had on the front line? 4. How are you going to compare? How are you going to match up when there's double tight that gives you a 7-man front and you only bring in 4? So when that happens, Chip, what happens is that automatically frees up a lineman to put a body on one of these little bitty safeties, and that's how you run for 120 some yards and 3 touchdowns, and you make no adjustments. We got a problem.
It's a major problem, and like you said, we got safeties playing linebacker. Man, they've been taking advantage of the weight differential the whole year long.
Yeah.
Anytime any team wanted to get us, they got us. Now, we had some good plays where especially DeMarcus Lawrence was able to get there. When Hankins was in there, he was able to disturb things. But anytime they got to that second level, they were good for another 5 yards because they getting those little, Clarks up off of you. You're getting number 14 up off of you.
Yeah.
And we got to stop it at this linebacker position. Yeah. It's like we always want to get a bargain with a linebacker. We want a hand-me-down, or we want somebody that's hurt. Jalen Foote.
So right.
Jalen Foote. I'm sorry, I called him Jalen Foote. Jalen
Smith.
foots.
Jalen
He got
Foote,
drop foot, right?
That's terrible.
I'm sorry, my brother. You know,
No,
much
you good.
respect to him. But you know, he had the drop foot issue because he took that terrible injury coming out of college, right?
Yeah.
We go ahead and take him.
Yeah.
We take my man Van Der Esch. We know he prone
Neck
to the
injury.
neck injury. All it takes is one
Sean
good
Lee.
hit. Sean Lee. Everybody's hurt. You know, come on. You know, you have got to get yourself a bona fide and healthy linebacker. You know, to make your situation, you need to get you a Ray Lewis.
This was the perfect opportunity for us to bring in, and I guarantee it would have made all the difference to where if we would have went on and just, I don't care, just bite the bullet. I don't care what it's going to cost me. I'm going to get Derrick Henry. I don't give a fat rat.
I would have got Henry.
I'll
right
worry
away.
about it later, but I'm going to get Derrick Henry because, you know, Dak threw the ball 60 times.
You're never going to win that.
60
You're
times.
never going to win. You're never going to win.
Never going to win.
You're throwing
never
that
gonna
thing 60, that means you in trouble. There's no balance. It's absolutely no balance, and it's ridiculous that we allow. I don't know how, you know, they fooled us all year long, and I was the main one. You know, I went for it. I was like, oh, we're gonna do it. Oh, we can do it with Pollard. We're gonna. Oh, they changed up plays this week. Oh, we won one. Oh, we put up a 40 burger. We them boys. You know. Oh, look who we beat this. You know. We turned around and we right here on the couch, bro.
And you know what? We fought so hard. We didn't even fight that hard for the number 2 seed. I mean, it was given to us because Philadelphia didn't want it.
That was a late Christmas present. Christmas had just passed. You know, Santa Claus missed us that day. Next week, Santa Claus says, here you go, Cowboys. You know I love you. You're America's team. Let's take you further.
It was
you
given to
the present, and you gave it away.
The red carpet was rolled out, bro. All we had to do was walk down the red carpet. That gave us 2 home games. 2, possibly 3, because, and I say that because I know it has already taken place, but I was hoping that the Rams would go up there and beat Detroit, and then the Rams go back to the Bay and beat the 49ers, and guess what? Rams had to come see us.
A lot of us,
we wouldn't have to even travel.
Right.
Chip, I say that to say this is probably the best chance for us to win it all.
This was it. This was a shot that you never could have imagined you would have got, because it looked like Philly was going to take the division. Philly starts fumbling,
10-1.
The division is just handed to you.
I heard it. Yeah, I heard it at week 13. We had a 7% chance of winning the division.
Look at that.
13.
Mm-hmm.
And we win the division, and we're gonna get ready to close this thing. So, Chip, before we close, I want to know, what is it that you want to see? I mean, everything from now is going to be breaking news. So what is it that you want to see in order to better this team? I know that's hard.
You know, you got all the talent in the world.
You do.
When it comes to position wise, give me an offensive line. Because we getting old there, long in the tooth.
Yeah.
I need you to go capture something in the offensive line, but I need you to double back on that defensive end.
Yeah.
And we need some guys that's big body bangers coming up in there.
Yeah.
Because your secondary going to be good. Overshawn to be back. You got some pieces.
Trayvon to be back.
You got a team that Diggs is back. You got a team that can go far. But that team misses something. They're missing something up here.
Yeah. The discipline.
And it's focus.
And the focus.
And it's discipline. And it's
that's
heart.
a good one.
And it's fight.
Yeah.
And it's grit. And it's tenacity.
Mm.
And it's that dog. We
That's
need
it.
some dogs.
Woo!
If you ain't got, give me one dog on offense, one dog on defense, and one dog on special team. So the dog gonna tell everybody else, I'm leading this pack. This what we doing on this side of the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, on this side of the ball, I'm that dog. This what we doing.
Yeah.
When we kick it off, when we receive the punch, whatever it is, This what we doing. Give me 3 dogs at least. Somebody bark in the building. Could I get somebody to bark in this building?
That makes all the difference in the world, brother. It really does. Because we're not going to give it from our coaches. He talking about seize the moment, bro. That ain't the kind of, you can't give these youngsters that type of speech. You got it just like what Jimmy Johnson did at halftime. Well, Jimmy Johnson, he is so partial that he did that while he was working. That was a message going to that locker room.
And they should have played it.
Yes. But that's the kind of culture we need in our locker room.
That's what we need.
And when I say that, I say, for me, we have talent. But personally,
we got all the talent in the world.
I think the game has passed Mike McCarthy. The game has passed Dan Quinn.
Let's get him out of there.
The game has become more innovative. It has innovated to a different style of play. We've seen that with these young coaches, Matt LaFleur, Sean McVay, and Kyle Shanahan. They're changing the way the game is played. And we thought Bill Parcells was going to come in and take us to the Super Bowl, but the game passed him up.
Yeah.
And what I need to see, personally, if it's available, I would love for Jim Harbaugh to come down here.
Oh, I love it.
I would love, because he's going to bring that innovation of the new style of play to the Cowboys. And what he's going to do, he's going to look at Dak. Dak, you know, we're going to keep you, but I want to go with this youngster right here. I mean, because Trey Lance remind me a lot of Jordan Love. They're same size. They both got strong arms, but we won't know until we let Trey Lance play. But I say this, in order for us to be, I say keep this team together, but bring in us a different young coach, because we've seen it done. Excuse me. We've seen it done. We've seen Gruden come in.
Phase of the world,
Gruden came in and took a team to the Super Bowl. We've seen Barry Switzer jump on the bandwagon and just ride it. So it's not the team. We just need to find the coach that can come in here with some new ideas and creativity and flip the script. But I do not want to see the same what we've had from 2023. I really don't. So that's just what I'm thinking it's going to take for us to look different. Real quick, I got one more. Okay, we got another comment. We need consistency, discipline, and no nonsense coach that will fire someone who is not doing what they are supposed to do. Period. I give it up. Somebody from Cowboy Heart. Give me that next. Okay, same one. Okay, so Pete, well, everything from now on, brother, is gonna be breaking news. And here we are sitting on the couch, and we're watching from Section A.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But
Section A, seat 6.
Yeah, man. We are, man. But it's a tough pill to swallow, but it is. So all we can do is sit back and watch. But we're gonna definitely keep reporting, Chip. I'm gonna definitely keep sending the invite out to you, brother. Come on in and help, and report whatever you come up with. So, because the people want to know what's going on, and that's one thing I try to do. I try to bring good content so they'll know what's going on. So, man, again, appreciate you, and I want to say thank you to all those that stopped by tonight, man. It's been a blessing, and I just appreciate you all. I'm very grateful, and we're gonna keep this thing going. So, just you guys stay tuned, and I'm not gonna hold you any longer. Chip. Appreciate it. Who is this? Charles Miller say Fish says Mike is coming back. It's possible. I mean, it's possible. But I think we're gonna get the same thing. Another 12-5.
Right.
But I guess we'll ride the wave for 2024 so we can get to 2025. I guess. Hell, if we promise 2025. Damn.
Hey, could I give a leave? You maybe we could talk about this another time.
What you got?
On our way out, we know Quinn is going. Suppose Al Harris would happen to be your new defensive coordinator.
I'll take it.
He did something with them DBs, put him in charge of the whole defense.
I'll take it. And they probably play like dogs too.
Yeah.
So you guys stay tuned. Because we're definitely going to be reporting Anything breaking news coming up, we're going to be reporting it. So again, guys, I want to say thank y'all. Make sure you hit the likes button down below, hit the subscribe button, and also hit the notification button so you will be notified of the next video being posted. Again, after I post this video tonight, I'm going to put the link in of the breakdown of our defense. So make sure you go in there and check it out. Again, Chip Game Sports TV, appreciate you, brother. Hold it down on that East Coast, and we're going to hold it down here in the South, all right? So with that being said, like I always say, don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. Deuces.